What's up, guys? It's Jay, MorninAfterKill, and I'm back here on Destiny. And last week, we took a look at the legendary primary raid weapons that were leaked from the upcoming expansion pack, the House of Wolves. And over the weekend, I told you guys that we were going to be going over every little bit of information in that leak, little by little, video by video, so we can catalog all the information so it's easy for you guys to search and find the information that you want. But over the weekend, I wasn't feeling the greatest, and I thought I was going to get sick, which only happens like once every 3 or 4 years. But when I get sick, I'm talking about I get sick, and I'm sitting there laying on the couch feeling like I'm laying on a slab of metal, puking my goddamn ass off. So I decided to rest up a little bit and watch one of the greatest football games I ever witnessed. And to be honest, I still feel like I might be getting sick. I'm a little under the weather right now, and I'm shotgunning Dayquil and vitamin C to make sure that I don't get sick for you guys for the hard mode. But today, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the special and heavy weapons from the upcoming raid that will be taking place in the Asteroid Belt Reef, where the Queen and her emissary reside. Now, before we get into this, I do want to let you guys know that everything we're seeing here is subject to change as always, but it's still fun to get a general idea of what we can expect out of Destiny in the future. So first up, we have the Ether Torch Fusion Rifle, which as of right now doesn't look like anything out of the ordinary, but I am hoping that Bungie keeps this a void damage weapon at launch, since honestly, I feel like I have 0 void weapons. The only one that I could pick off out of the top of my head is the Truth, which is a pretty awesome rocket launcher, but honestly, a high impact void fusion rifle like the Ether Torch that we're seeing right here, this would fit very nicely into my current general assortment of weapons at my disposal. And I can't wait to see what its actual perks are now in the game. Actually, I can't wait to see what all the perks of all the weapons that are going to be inside the game. But, you know, since before the Dark Below DLC launched, I didn't really think that I would be using the Murmur very often. But I find myself using it fairly often in the Nightfall strikes, which leads me to believe that the Ether Torch could be following the same direction as the Murmur. Because when I first saw it, I was like, oh yeah, it goes between arc and solar damage. That's a cool gimmick, but is it gonna actually be usable? I was very wrong. The Murmur is one of the most usable weapons in the game. So even though I don't like fusion rifles and I don't use them very often, like I said, having a high impact void fusion rifle would just fit right in there. Very nice. Like a glove. We're going back to like 1995 with that reference. So next up on the list, we have the sniper rifle called the Bi-Royal Permit, which has like the worst impact I've ever seen out of a sniper rifle. Not just in this game, but any sniper rifle in any game ever. That has like the worst impact ever. And it also has a very low magazine count at 4. And you know, taking a look at all the stats, this sniper rifle seems to be really off, which could mean one of 3 possible outcomes. Number 1, this thing could have some of the craziest perks that we've seen in the game yet to make this awesome. And those of you guys that are gonna be like, oh no, there's no way this gun can be awesome. I mean, remember back the Black Hammer, people were like, oh no, it doesn't give you ammo for free. Yes, the Black Hammer actually does. There are people like, oh my god, it's going to be so OP if it gives you ammo for free. There's no way Bungie would put that in a game. And then Bungie was like, peace punch Captain Crunch, son. Number 2, it could be just super effective in the Crucible with that fire rate. Or the likelihood of number 3, which I'm thinking the most right now, is that Bungie still hasn't adjusted the stats on this gun for launch, which, I mean, outside of all those things, the sniper rifle could just plain out suck balls, but I really haven't seen a raid weapon inside of this game that just flat out doesn't have a use, so I'm not willing to believe that the Bi-Royal Permit sucks just yet. But it does make me curious about exactly what this gun is going to do. Because if those are the actual stats that are going to be in the game, this gun has to have some of the craziest perks that you ever see. But that brings us to the last of the special weapons with the Dockin' Party Shotgun. It has 5 in the magazine, which is actually a pretty decent magazine size for a shotgun. But when you look at all the other stats, you can assume that this bad boy is gonna be a beast. It has a fire rate almost on par with the Swordbreaker from Crota's End, one less in the magazine than a Swordbreaker, and it has a boatload of impact, range, and stability, which is going to help those pellets stay closer together further, which means that you're going to have higher damage shots from a distance over top other shotguns. And I'm not going to lie, the Swordbreaker is a fucking monster in PvP, and I'm going to expect the Docking Party shotgun, I'm going to expect that to follow in the same direction. So there's you guys out there that like shotguns in the Crucible. Don't lie either, motherfucker. I know there's people out there like, oh my god, I hate shotgun users in the Crucible. Motherfucker, we all know you're out there shotgunning. I do it too. This looks like a shotgun that you're going to want to pick up at least at some point if you're running through in the PvP. But that brings us to the last 2 legendary raid weapons from the House of Wolves DLC. And the first one is called the Onslaught Solution System. I'm not gonna lie, that is a pretty badass name. And when we look at the stats, this thing looks like it's gonna live up to that name too. With the maxed out fire rate and 105 bullets in the magazine. I'm gonna say that again for clarification. 105 bullets in the magazine. I'm not 100% on that, but I'm thinking that that might be one of the largest magazine sizes in the game without Field Scout. I mean, that's actually 20 more bullets than my new Monarchy Prestige has, but it has considerably low impact, range, and stability. But like I said before, that I'm hoping that the perks of these weapons will be able to turn them around, because I do have an arc damage Prestige that has perks on it that really stabilize the hell out of that gun compared to my solar damage one. So I know it's possible, but I can't wait to check out this heavy, especially if it has Field Scout on it, because if this thing has Field Scout and it goes from 105 bullets in a magazine to like 180 to 200 bullets, god damn. I'm thinking it's quite possible that it's going to live up to that name, the Onslaught Solution System, and it's going to come with Field Scout, because there's no way you could name a fucking gun the Onslaught Solution System without having a 200 round motherfucking magazine. Could you imagine? It's like, hey, Fogoth. He's like, hey, Fogoth. What? That's what I like to do with my new Monarchy Prestiges, because, like I said, they don't have the greatest stability on it, but when you're firing it at something as big as that giant turd Fogoth, yeah, you don't really need that big of a fucking stability rated on your gun. But that brings us to our last legendary raid weapon to cover from the upcoming House of Wolves expansion, which is a rocket launcher called the Last Rebellion. And this thing has a really shitty fire rate. It's like going like this whole theme here is that it's like, look at this gun! The stats suck, but the perks might save it. This thing has an almost maxed out blast radius to start, and 2 in the tube. And when you take a look at all the other stats though, the velocity and stability is actually pretty impressive for base stats. But since it has a really low fire rate, I'm wondering exactly what Bungie is going to do to add in that perk section to make up for that rate of fire. I think it would be cool if this thing shot like 4 little tiny rockets, like an actual fucking shrapnel launcher like the captains and dregs carry. That would be fucking awesome. But honestly, in the rocket launcher department, it's gonna be really hard to beat the Hunger of Crota or Galahorn at this point. So whatever this launcher is packing, ooh, baby, it better be packing something big. And that is what she said. So, my name is Jay, MorninAfterKill. I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys rate, comment, subscribe. If you could leave a thumbs up on the video, I'd highly appreciate it, because it gives me motivation to make more videos for you motherfuckers that watch my motherfucking videos. Stick around too, because later on, I'm going to be putting up a highlight clip of what I'm gonna be running into in the hard mode raid with my level 32 hunter. I know a lot of you guys out there want to see what kind of gear that I'm gonna be rocking, so I figure I'm gonna go ahead and cut that out of my live stream from last night. What? Mac was live streaming? Yeah, motherfucker. I streamed for like 3 hours last night. We had like 600 people there. It's fucking crazy. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for all the support last night on Twitch.tv. I had a nice little time. So my name's Jay, MorninAfterKill. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna see you guys later.
Whoa.
No.
Fell over the edge.
It just, yeah, it did. That was great.
Punched it right over the...
Guardian down. Guardian
Nice.
down.
Oh!
Nice
Oh,
work.
neither did
I'll
Wilkie.
let the Vanguard
Oh my god.
If those Scion flares
Crazy.
they are way more powerful than we realize. We better keep an eye on where the Cabal deploy those things. Who knows what their minds can do?
Yeah.
There's a green engram I want right there.
It's a green engram. I see it.